Hello. I just took a bath, so my hair's messy. But so we're in the new house, and we got extensions for the NES Classic. It's wires because it's like controllers, and we got second controllers too. And that's because they're way too short. Like, what we would have to do is play like this. Like, we're not gonna do that. That's what we had to do at the old place, and it was not fun at all. I mean, so we just don't have extensions for the SNES Classic, but still, it's still good. And today I'm going to be reviewing, well, this is the Roan Kids, by the way, but today I'm going to be reviewing EarthBound on the SNES Classic. So I finished this game, and here's proof. Okay, trying to play with one hand is really hard. The end, and that's where it ends. You can't do anything else. But whatever. So let's just go on this, and I'm going to review it. This game is awesome, and really, most people who play this game only really play on like the Wii U or 3DS, but this is the SNES Classic, and this is my favorite way to play it. Playing on the SNES that'd just be too expensive, and this wasn't that. It was like the SNES Classic is $80, but it's not just one game. It's not just EarthBound for $80, because that would still be bad. Like, that's still stupid. So this is at the end of the game, and so none of the music is really playing and on it. Like, none of the actual music that's supposed to show. And this game, now into the review, this game is my favorite of all time. It's my favorite game of all time because, like, I never really heard of it. I knew that it was, like, really hard to get, but I never really knew about it that much. So I only heard about it like one time, and I didn't even hear much about it when I did hear. So when we first got the SNES Classic, this was the first game that I played on it, because I just wanted to see what it was, because it looked the most interesting to me. I mean, EarthBound just sounds like an awesome name in my opinion. Mother, like it is in Japan, kind of a, like, short names, like, pretty generic, but, this is awesome. And, well, I'm gonna say that this game is long. Like, it says on the SNES Classic how long it takes, and it took me 32 hours, it says. 32 hours and 48 minutes. That's how long it took. And this game is hard too, like really hard. It's just so hard, but it's so rewarding at the end. But there's bad things about this game. There's like a few bad things. Number one, okay, look at this. When I look, NES, it shows the HP, PP, and the PP stands for either PowerPoints or PSI points. I just say PSI points. And then there's the HP health points. So maybe PP is power points. It's either power points or PSI points. I just say PSI points. And so at the end I have 810 health, 602 PSI, and that looks different than most RPGs, the health meter and stuff. That's because in battles, it rolls down when you get hit. It like literally is like a slot machine. And so when an enemy does mortal damage to you, which is like enough damage that you're gonna collapse, then you have a chance, like a chance to heal, instead of it having just you're dead already, like most RPGs. But this feature is pretty much useless because it goes down so fast. Like, there were only like 2 times where it saved me, and that's not very good for a thing that's supposed to save you like every time. Like that's just pretty stupid in my opinion. So you can talk to people pressing this button, or you can press A and then go to talk to, or you can just do that like I do. You used to look much more helpless. Okay, that's pretty rude, but whatever. And after on it, which this is on it, you go to Tucson, whatever, Tucson, yeah, whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's a real place in real life, but like, this is a different Tucson. And that's where you save a girl who's kidnapped named Paula, because you're one of the chosen 4. There's 4 people who were chosen to save the world. That's Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. Yeah, Pooh. That's a really weird name. Why would they do that? I don't know. Also, this game is very weird. In the Japanese one, it wasn't as weird. But in the American one, they just changed it to be even more weird than it already was. And so this game is like one of the weirdest games of all time. So, then you go to Threed. And Threed's kind of where it gets hard, like really hard. And also, let me mention that the beginning is so hard. It's like, I don't think this should be it should be that hard for a beginner, because this is the first game that I played on the SNES Classic, and so I was pretty mad when it was that hard and it was the first game that I was playing on this system. And like, that's just weird. Also, well, you can only move 8 directions, and that's fine in my opinion. I kind of like the simplicity of this. But this is pretty impressive for the SNES, especially the ending. And, well, in 3, you save, well, Jeff, the one of the kids, saves you and Paula when you got trapped by monsters in 3. And basically Jeff has to go by himself. You play as Jeff by yourself, like kind of like how Ness, you have to be just Ness for a while, and then you're in Winters and you go down this like trail of enemies, and there's this challenge called like the T-Rex's bat challenge, and there's this thing in Winters. There's a department store, and there's an item called the T-Rex's bat, and it's a weapon only Ness can equip, but it's like awesome. Of course I never did this challenge because it takes like an hour. I wasn't gonna do that. But yeah, it would have been cool to do that. I want to do it the next time I play this. And then Then you go on into Forsyth, and you go through this desert part. And the desert part, in my opinion, it wasn't the hardest part of the game, but it was like this. I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, it was the second hardest part of the game. And the first part of this game was hard enough already. Like, this game's difficulty can be pretty just stupid at like certain points in the game, because sometimes you just want to be relaxed playing this game, because this is like awesome and you don't want to have to be frustrated every time you play it. And so once I got past the frustrating parts, I felt so relieved, and then I was able to relax again while still going through enemies. And you have to do PSI attacks, and you can run out of and then you have to get more, and that can be pretty hard. I mean, like, you got to do grinding in this game too. If you don't know what grinding is, it's like basically leveling up a ton by defeating a ton of enemies, and you have to do a ton of grinding in this game. Because in one part in Forsyth, I was stuck because Paula got kidnapped again in a department store, and so Ness and Jeff, have to go and save her from this alien guy who took her. And that part was so hard, it was pretty much impossible until I grinded a lot. I had to grind for like an hour just to get past that part, and that was not fun, not at all. But this is still really fun. And then you go into Summers, where you play as. Then you go to this woman who gives you a magic cake, and you just like some weird stuff happens, and all of a sudden you play as Pooh alone in Dalam. And there's a weird part that happens in Dalam, and it's where Pooh, he meditates, and this thing, it like rips off Pooh's arms, it's his legs, his ears, and he rips out his eyes, and then his brain. And so, but then Pooh wakes up and like gets up, and then turns out none of that actually happened. And that's just weird. Like, that's pretty random. And then there's a ton of parts that happen until you go to this part where you shrink. All your characters look really tiny, like 8-bit, but smaller. And that part I hated. And why was because, like, I could not really do anything. I was way too slow. And then after I went to another sanctuary, then you go into this in your mind, into Ness's mind. And the place in Ness's mind is called Magicant. And in Magicant, you basically fight a ton of enemies, and this is where the SNES Classics save slots come in handy, because you can save at any point in the game. Like, any point. If you're about to get attacked, you can save right there. And then come back to it without any progress getting lost. And that's amazing. And so what I did is I died every time in Magicant that I could, because you have to get these guys called Flying Men, and eventually you can run out, and then you can't. I'm pretty sure you cannot beat the game unless you reset, unlike the Wii U, but
but that would take even longer. And so I just had one flying man left. And when I had one flying man left, since I had already leveled up a lot from defeating enemies, I saved. And then this is where something terrible happened. I realized that the weapon that I was using was the reason why I was dying so much. If I would have not used the bat that I was using, called the Casey bat. I hate the Casey bat because it makes it so that if you don't miss, then you actually do a really powerful attack. More powerful than like a lot of the bats. But the thing is that there's a 70% chance that you're gonna miss. So that bat sucks. So I used the Magic Hand bat that you get in Magic Hand, and it was so much better. And then I found a legendary bat, so I used that, and it was so much better. So really, I would have died like once or twice if I would have used the Magic Hand bat instead of the Casey bat. Like, it's so stupid because you can read the description of the bats, but pretty much all of them just say this is a weapon the Nest can equip. And like the Casey bat I am pretty sure is the only bat that has a different description, which is Ness can't help but swing really hard with this bat, but you miss a lot. Like, that's just stupid. Then after Magic Hand, you go to Gygus, and you have to place your souls into robots to defeat him. And, so Gygus is creepy. Let me just show you Gygus. Let me just show you. Okay, so these are not all the forms of Gygus, because I'm not going to say on all of them, because there's only 4 save slots. I think that there's like 5 versions of Gygus, so I'm not going to do that. And so, look at this. This is one of the creepier versions of Gygus. And, okay, I'm playing with one hand, and it's not working. Look at what this is. That's really weird looking. Like, at first, when I first saw Gygus, I was so creeped out. I got nightmares for a few nights. And now I'm looking at it again, it's even more creepy than I thought it was at first. Like, what the heck is this? This is an alien, so this isn't really a boy. And Gygus attacks from the past, and so you have to go to the past, but the only way to go to the past is transferring your bodies into robots, because it can't transfer human things, or else you die. And the time machine that you go through, the phase distorter. And Gygus attacks from the past so that he can kill Ness when he's a baby. And how he knows that Ness is going to defeat him is because there's this thing called the Apple of Enlightenment, and it tells you the future, and the future says that Gygus will be defeated by Ness, and Gygus sees that, and so he goes into the past to kill Ness. And Paula and Jeff and Pooh, just while they're all young. And so, yeah, that's really messed up, but I guess is what he looks like. He's an alien. And then the phase after this might be even creepier. Just look at what this is. This is the last phase where you can attack him. You have to pray for Gygus to die. Oh, Okay. I mean, this is where my nightmares came in. Was this part. This exact part is where my nightmares really sparked in my sleep. Boom, he's dead. That was weird. And then, you know, that's... Oh. So... That's the robots. The war against Gygus is over. Huh. And, then let me show you something. So this game is amazing. There just are a few things that aren't good, but only a few. This game's awesome. Like, you have to get this. If you have like a 3DS, get it. If you have a Wii U, get it. If you have an SNES Classic, play it. And if you have an SNES and happen to find like an original SNES, and if you happen to find like a copy of EarthBound just lying around in your like closet or something, just play it. Like that. This is awesome. Let me show you one thing. Just before I end this video, let me show you something funny. I never did this in EarthBound, but I saw a video of people doing it, and it actually was pretty funny. So, in the beginning of On It, you don't have that much money, but at the end, you have a lot of money. So, of course, I'm gonna go get the amount of money that I need. And I don't need that much money, but I'll do it. And then watch this. So, On It, there's this place that I'm gonna hurry and show ya. And it's like an ocean. It just shows the ocean, and okay, this is pretty funny. I'm just gonna show you. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna look at the map, and I think let me pause this video until I get there. Well, that didn't take long. It was literally just right below me. So look at that. It's the ocean. There's the ocean, and then watch this. I must be the happiest man in the world. I can practice my trumpet in this scenic spot. I'll send my haunting melody throughout the town. That's his haunting melody. Okay, nice. That was weird. Okay, this is what the guy says in the beginning of the game, and he still says at the end. Doesn't this house look good? You can buy it for only $7,500. As an ocean view and the sunsets are beautiful. Folks should have a place of their own. You want to buy it? So of course I would always say no in the beginning of the game, and one time I said yes at the beginning of the game, and it was like, oh, you don't have enough money. So yes, I have enough money. Thank you. It's all yours now. Take some time and relax. Look at okay, this is a dump. Oh, and look, the photo man's here. So this is a place where the photo man comes. Pictures taken instantaneously. I don't know what that word is. Okay, so look at the camera, ready, say fuzzy pickles.
Nice. So, of course, this is the ocean view. This is literally the ocean view. That's what it is. And look, you found an old magazine. Are you going to read it? Yes. My Secret Life, Chapter 3, story from the previous chapter. I was neither a murderer, suspect, nor a target from an international spy organization. But I drove a car down the Jersey Turnpike at 80 miles per hour. A police officer pulled me over and asked for my driver's license. He said he was going 20 miles per hour that I was going 20 miles per hour over the speed limit. I instantly pointed to my wife and said, "I'm in a hurry, my wife is in labor." Fortunately, my wife actually had a big stomach. I hoped he'd let me go with this excuse. "Oh, since it's an emergency, I'll lead you to the hospital with my police car," he said. "No, it's not necessary." "Why not?" asked the officer. Well, let's get going," said the officer. No, we can't. This baby is a demon child." That was a weird story. I don't know what that was all about, but whatever. Okay. So that's the kind of weird stuff that's EarthBound. Like, EarthBound, that's what you see, like, all the time in this game. So that was my review on EarthBound. I know that it took a while. I just told you a lot of the story of EarthBound, and then I told you the bad things about it and the good things about it. I just wish I had like one of those recorder cameras that can record it, like the footage, without me having to just show you like holding the camera up, and so that I can like play with two hands, because that sucked. Or maybe I can just put this in the mirror. Anyway, that was my review on EarthBound. So, this game might seem bad because of all the complaints of it being too difficult and all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you something. It's not bad. It's like really good. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna turn the power off on this thing and boom. Nintendo, you have done great, but you still haven't released Mother 3. Well, because of Japan, it was Mother, and Mother 2, which is EarthBound. And Mother was EarthBound Beginnings, that was released in 2015 on the Wii U. But Mother 2 was EarthBound. It was released on the Wii U and 3DS instead of just the Wii U, like EarthBound Beginnings. And then they haven't released Mother 3. That's the only one they haven't released. And they, you know what I say, is that they do, Nintendo puts everything Mother 3, like everything Mother 3 into things. And, just except for releasing the game. Because in Super Smash Brothers, they have Lucas in it who's the main character in Mother 3. And then in the new Super Smash Brothers that they're making, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, they're having every character that was ever in a Super Smash Brothers game. So of course it's having Lucas. And then the final Smash of Ness and Lucas is PK Starstorm or PSI Starstorm. And then yeah, that's not any moves
Lucas doesn't know that move, and Ness doesn't either. But in the new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's going to have the final smash of Ness. The PK Starstorm will be. It'll have Pooh. It'll have Paula and Pooh. And Pooh is the only one in the game of EarthBound who knows PSI Starstorm, and so that's probably why they put Pooh in there. And then Paula, no, she doesn't know that move, and Ness doesn't either. I'm pretty sure Pooh just taught Ness and Paula the move, probably. But Jeff doesn't have any PSI attacks, so it wouldn't make sense to have Jeff in there. So then Lucas's is PSI Starstorm, but with Kumatora and Boney, which are characters from Mother 3. And Kumatora's a girl who helps you out, but she's a grown-up instead of a kid, like Paula. And Boney is a dog, your dog, who I don't think even knows PSI, so that's kind of dumb that he's there. But yeah, so they need to put Mother 3 on the Nintendo Switch. That would be awesome. Okay, well, that was my review of EarthBound. Sorry I got off track a lot, and sorry that I made this video probably way too long, way longer than it should have been, probably. It would have been longer if I showed you gameplay of it. I want to show you gameplay of the game. I want to record. I want to do a let's play of it, like, you know, a walkthrough. I want to do a walkthrough because it's an RPG and it's pretty not that easy to know what you're supposed to do. And so I used a walkthrough like 4 times in the game, just because there was like 4 times where I needed it the most, like in this monkey maze where you have items that you need, specific items, and so I wanted a walkthrough for that, and I got a walkthrough for like all of Foreside, and I just got a walkthrough, and the walkthrough was really good. I'm not gonna say the name of the channel, but like, because I don't really remember what it was, but I know if I would remember, then I would want to tell you, so that if you play EarthBound, you can have a good walkthrough. But that was kind of like the only walkthrough that I found that looked good, and it has commentary, so I just tried that out. And then, yeah, I want to do that, but we don't like have that thing that lets you record the gameplay. If we had that, then I would definitely play it a second time, but with you guys, and do commentary, and I could show you guys how to do it. It could be like a walkthrough. So, that's my review of EarthBound. We got it off track a lot. I got it off track a lot, and that was pretty bad to do, but okay, that was my review of EarthBound, and I'm gonna be doing more reviews on like toys and stuff, like, you know, because it's gonna be fun. I want, if we ever do get one of those things where you can record gameplay footage, then I'm going to make a walkthrough, and then I'm going to delete this video and then make another EarthBound review that's way better. But I don't think we're ever going to get that thing, so I'm probably just going to have to keep this review. Probably. I'm sorry about that. But, okay, bye. I got off track too many times, like way too many times, and got to upload this to YouTube, and I don't want this to fail. By the way, we're doing more Dumb Spider-Man once we move in. We have unpacked so much this weekend, and so, like last weekend, and so, now, like, we're pretty close to unpacking everything. And so, once we do unpack everything, we're going to do Dumb Spider-Man and a movie. You know how I told you guys that on an updates video that we're doing a movie, well, of Dumb Spider-Man? Well, that didn't go well at all. We made a movie, and we actually had to split it up into parts, and we made 4 parts, and altogether it was 2 hours worth of a movie. So that was 2 hours. And the movie pretty much sucked, as you'd expect, because we didn't make any story for Dumb Spider-Man. We just kind of just ran around, and Dumb Spider-Man chased me, or Mike, and Dumb Spider-Man is Matthew, but when he takes off his mask, he just shape-shifted into Matthew. And then, remember that face reveal? We just made a face reveal of Dumb Spider-Man, and it looks like the Grinch just without fur. But that face reveal was in a part. So, we're doing a movie. We're still doing a movie, but we're going to do the Dumb Spider-Man movie when we are fully unpacked and fully moved into this place. This new place is amazing. And by the way, I don't know what company those extensions came from for the NES Classics controllers, but it came with 2, and whatever company that was, you're amazing. Like, I wish I knew the company so I could recommend it to you guys, because it makes it so long. Like, it makes it like the original NES controllers. So, that's my review on EarthBound, and I said we're actually making a movie and actually posting it on to YouTube this time. So, okay, see you guys. That was my review on EarthBound, and remember, I'm doing more reviews, and I'll do better reviews than this. I didn't really make a very good review, but yeah, that's my review on EarthBound. So,